Hey guys, thanks so much for tuning back here again for another video review. This is Son of Liberty. So in today's video, I'm going to be introducing to you guys two new products from my friends over at Core Essentials. Now, I've been working with Core Essentials for over the past 5 years, testing a multitude and a variety of different belts and products from them. And I've got to tell you that their products have never let me down over the years I've been testing them. Now, before we get talking about some of the other detailed parts of the evaluation, let me take just a moment to introduce some of these key features to those who may be here for the first time watching this video. They don't have any idea about Core Essentials products. It's the first time they've heard about them, and they're unaware of their hidden track system and what makes Core Essential belts so unique. So how this belt works is on the inside lip of the belt, there is an area that features their patented track system. Now, the reason why this is so far superior over a traditional belt is a traditional belt typically will have between 4 to 6 pre-drilled holes at about 1 inch apart. This one has adjustments that are 1/4 of an inch apart, and it gives you the ability to have over 40 different adjustments. So what that means is you are going to be able to get the perfect fit every single time, whether you are running a local match, at your range, you are going to be taking a class with a well-known instructor, which means you're going to be demanding more from your belt. You're going to be going to a meeting, you're going out to dinner with a family, whatever the case may be, and whatever life brings you on a day-to-day basis, this belt is going to be able to meet those demands and needs. Now, the way that the buckle works is that there is a claw, if you will, which is on a hinge system. This latch here is what operates that hinge system. So if you need to release this belt, give yourself a little bit more room because you tightened it too much, all you do is as you feed this belt through, you will hear the clicking sound, which is just letting you know that it is locking itself into place. This will also prevent, the way that this is designed, it will prevent the belt from backing out, okay? Especially under pressure, under a lot of weight, whatever the case may be. The only way that you can release this is by pulling up on this tab and pulling the belt back through the actual buckle itself. I can tell you that I've never had one fail, and these things have just worked phenomenal for me over the years. So first up, we're going to be talking about their new EDC 1.75 Garrison Belt. Now, a lot of people have been asking for a wider belt because it really fits those clips a lot better, how it kind of locks into place. And I can completely understand that. Anytime that there is a wider belt, my first concern is, am I going to experience any kind of hot spots? Now, for those that have been following my channel for a long time, you guys will know that I've got some serious back issues. So with that being said, guys, I am looking for a lot of things to make sure this one is going to stand up to all of their predecessors, to make sure that there's no surprises if you choose to purchase this belt. Now, one of the areas that I really wanted to focus on during my evaluation of this belt was, was I going to experience any kind of discomfort, any rubbing or hot spots from this belt over their previous model. Now, while all this stuff has been going on from COVID, recovering from back surgery, those types of things, I've gained more weight than I would like to admit. And so, I had the ability to really kind of put this to the test. One of the things that I was looking at is the problematic area, especially for men. Now, most people refer to it as muffin top, but the area of the stomach that overlays the belt on the front of the body, as well as the problem areas on the back side where the actual love handle wants to kind of hang over that belt line. So because we were going from a 1.5 to a 1.75 inch belt, I wanted to make sure that those areas, wasn't going to be problematic. So I was fortunate enough to actually test several products during my evaluation of this, and some of those I didn't actually have holsters for, so I was still doing the movement drills that I typically do during my evaluation of other products. I was bending over to pick up magazines, bending over to pick up spent brass casing for reloading. So I was really able to test that, not just once, but on multiple occasions. I've got to tell you that I had no issues with that, and I was really happy with the results. Again, have no hot spots to report, at least for me and my particular body type. Now, one of the benefits I want to make sure that I point out to this 1.75 belt that I think would probably get overlooked is the way that it can handle weight distribution. So if you typically carry heavier guns, like especially German-made guns, the CZ-P10 Compact, for example, is a much heavier gun than its biggest competitor, the Glock 19 from Austria, or the Walther PDP. I noticed a big difference in the way that it actually handled that weight on a daily basis. Again, going from the 1.5 to the 1.75. So I wanted to make sure that I mentioned that. So again, if you typically carry heavier guns or you carry a lot of stuff, from a day-to-day basis, this might be worth a consideration. So over the past several years of doing testing and evaluation on these belts, not only here on YouTube, but on my Instagram page, one of the two biggest questions that I get is, how do I actually put the belt on for everyday carry? And is it uncomfortable or is it difficult to adjust this belt if I need to when I go to sit down? So I figured I would actually share this with you guys just to show you how I actually don the belt every single day and just how simple it is to adjust this belt every time that I go to sit down if I need it to. Now, everybody's going to wear their belt a little bit differently, okay? I'm going to share with you guys again how I actually wear my belt on a day-to-day basis. I am very OCD, so this took me a little time to get used to, but instead of going through the first belt loop, which most people do, I go directly to the second belt loop. Again, do not go through the first belt loop. I go through the second belt loop, and it will make sense here in just a second, but once you feed it through all of your loops, and you are then have the tail end of the actual belt itself, you then feed it through that first belt loop, and now your buckle is between your first and your second belt loop, okay? Now as I put the belt through the actual buckle, I then put it through the actual belt keeper. I make sure to cut my belt enough to have room to go through the actual second loop itself. Again, that is just my personal preference. I do understand it has a belt keeper, but that's just how I like to wear my belts. Then I have this entire area from the first belt loop all the way to the opposite belt loop. I have that entire area for adjustments of the actual holster, all right? To get that perfect fit and fitment every single time where the holster is the most comfortable for me. Once I need to tighten it, all I'm going to do is hold and secure the buckle with my left hand and press inward on the belt with my right hand, okay? If it's too tight, all I'm going to do is just pull up on the actual buckle release lever itself and either relax my stomach, which will force the belt outward, or just simply pull out on the actual belt and then of course adjust it till I get that perfect fit. Next, when I go to actually sit down, once I actually get into a seat, if I need to make any adjustments at all I simply do is just simply pull up on that lever, relax my stomach a little bit, and I usually get that perfect fit that I need to where there's not any kind of hot spot or uncomfortable pressure against my abdominal wall while I'm sitting. Now this is going to be the same whether you're sitting in a restaurant or just simply driving a car. When I go to get up, typically before I even get out of the chair, all I will simply do is just again apply inward pressure on the actual belt as I go to stand up, and that's it. It just makes life so much easier wearing one of these belts. All right, so now moving on to these really slick looking Recon Ballistic sunglasses. They feature earth magnets that have been inserted into the actual frame itself. And again, that is what they are calling their new Neo Lock technology. I've got to tell you that I'm really impressed with these. Now, I don't know a whole lot about the the plastics market itself or the industry as a whole, but the frames themselves are actually made from a DuPont hybrid high density thermoplastic, okay? I'll also put the safety rating up here on the screen. They actually have the highest independent safety rating for sunglasses here in the United States that you can actually get. Another feature, obviously, from the development of these magnets here in the actual arms themselves is that if you are putting them in how most people wear their glasses here in the shirt, you know, if you drop something, you pick something up, you know, your shoe comes untied, as you go to bend over, you're not going to have to worry about losing your glasses. I can't tell you how many glasses that I've scratched up or have broken in the past by doing just that. Not even realizing what I'm doing, I just simply go to bend over and boom, there goes my glasses and they get jacked up. So if you end up ordering a pair of the glasses, no matter which style that you decide to go with, you get a couple really cool accessories that I felt like that was worth mentioning. The first thing that you actually get is this kind of like a travel you know, container for your glasses. But not only does it serve as a protective case for your glasses to protect your investment, if you take the top part of this off, place that on the bottom, this will actually fit inside of your cup holder in your vehicle, and then that way your glasses are always there whenever that you need them, if you choose to carry them in this container inside your vehicle. It is protected and lined with some felt lining so that way your glasses won't get scratched up when they're on the inside of it. The next accessory that definitely one of my personal favorites is this visor strap, okay? Now this visor strap actually has two magnets that are sewn on the inside of it. So when you actually put your glasses anywhere close to it, the strap or the magnets itself will just attach to one another, and it securely keeps your glasses in place, so you don't have to worry about them, you know, getting knocked off if you're on a bumpy road or anything like that. I never had them fall off during my weeks of testing, and I've got to tell you that it was really nice feature just to be able to put them up out of the way, but they were right there, you know, within arm's reach whenever I needed them. Now, as I mentioned before, guys, these are polarized. Polarization or polarized lenses is an absolute must for me. I have very sensitive eyesight, but one of the biggest things that I kind of run into on a day-to-day basis, or the biggest offenders of glare, is going to be vehicles. Most importantly, or most notably, the windshields from vehicles. Okay, and because my eyes, you know, my vision is very sensitive, those are the things that I want to cut out. I like the clarity that I get through polarization. You know, some of the other areas that you may experience glare is wood surfaces, especially if it's been treated or if it's been painted, and especially water. Another one is snow. So if you're a snowboarder, if you are in an area that experiences a lot of snow, especially in the winter time, sometimes that glare, obviously there's this thing called snow blindness for a reason. So again, even though the GoPro that I was using for the filming of this can't give you a 100% depiction of what the human eye can pick up, I hope that it was able to give you a sense of the before and after that you may experience looking through the lens of these glasses. So that's going to do it for today's video review. I hope that you guys have enjoyed the products that we've taken a look at here today. I just recently spoke with my contact at Core, and he was able to divulge to me that they're going to be releasing some new products sometime this summer. So hopefully I'll be able to actually get my hands on those for testing and evaluation for you guys here on the channel. So currently right now I'm only about 300 away from hitting that 15K milestone. And guys, I can't tell you how excited I am to actually reach a milestone like that here on the channel. I'm so excited. So any shares, any new subscribers, guys, I would greatly appreciate that. And hopefully I'll be able to get a few companies together to do a giveaway here for you guys, just as a token of my appreciation. And as always, I want to thank you guys so much for your continued support here on the channel. Until that next video, guys, take care, be safe.